Hi, this is Trey Pastor. Welcome to my review of the Many Saints of Newark. This is, of course, the Sopranos prequel, I guess you could call it. That is going to be in theaters and HBO Max. Came out Friday, I believe. And I wanted to see this movie because I saw the trailer, and I was a big Sopranos fan. I didn't watch every episode, but I watched a lot of them. So I was a big fan of the character of Tony Soprano. So I wanted to see, the trailers. They promised like a look of back on his formative years and stuff. So I went in seeing that. Now, this movie, like I say, this movie is more about his uncle, Dicky Malasante, played by Alexander Navala, and it's more about his story and him growing him and his Uncle Junior, and it's more about that relationship that he has with his with Dicky Malasante, and it's more about Dicky's story than Tony's story. Okay, and so. But as a story, they basically, they show them growing up in Newark, they, doing their hustles and stuff, and the gangster stuff. And the only other character that it has any kind of major part in this is Leslie Odom Jr. He plays a character, what's his name, Harold McBrayer, who kind of works for Dicky Malasante, and he kind of, he's of course black, and he works, he runs the numbers for him. So he's the only other character that really has apart from them, and they touch on the kind of racial strife they had back there in Newark and back then in those days, but it's mostly about Dicky and his relationships with his father, with his fellow crew with Paulie Walnuts, with Tony's father, played by John Berthal, and Uncle Junior, played by Corey Stahl, and also the mom, played by Vera Farmiga, who plays Livia Soprano. And I love her. She's just a great. I love Vera Farmiga. She's a good actor. And Alexandro Navala, who plays Dicky Malasante, I thought he was pretty good in his part. He's very charismatic and stuff. And they show all the the racial strife that's going on, and between the different neighborhoods and stuff, between Italians and the blacks and all that stuff. And Ray Liotta actually plays two characters in this movie. Okay, two brothers in this movie. Okay, and I thought he did a good job. But this is, if you're going into this movie looking for Tony Soprano, this movie to be about that, it's not totally about that. It's more about their relationship and how he kind of was looking out for him and stuff. And the movie's kind of narrated by Christopher, his son Christopher. Christopher, played by Michael Imperlia. He kind of narrates the story. Okay, and if they're gonna make sequels, I'm assuming they're gonna make sequels. I would hope they would make sequel, because the young Michael Gandolfini, who plays Tony Soprano, he's not in the movie that much. So if going into watching this movie, if you expect to be more, because that's what I was going and expecting that to be more about that. But I guess I read somewhere that David Chase, who created The Sopranos, he knew that going in, that this movie wasn't going to be, could be more about the uncle Dicky Malasante than Tony Soprano. He would be in it, but not as much. But as a movie overall, I did find it entertaining. Okay, I just was kind of disappointed that Tony Soprano wasn't in it as much. Okay, the young Tony Soprano. And like I said, if they make sequels, I'm assuming they're going to make sequels that they're going to feature him more, okay, and actually show him, becoming the man that he was, in the Sopranos TV show. Okay, that was my only negative about this movie. I was, expecting to see more of that character. I thought Michael Gandolfini did a decent job as an actor. Like I said, I like to see him, definitely if they make a sequel, to see him, continue on the role that made his father famous, and see what he can do. Okay, but again, as a movie, I thought it was good. It had its good points and its bad points. Nothing spectacular. I don't think it was as good as The Sopranos. I think it was okay, just not wow. And like I said, I went disappointed because I was expecting more of Tony Soprano in it. Okay, so I'm gonna give this movie The Saints of Newark. Okay, the acting was top notch in it and stuff. It's just that I found the story sort of lacking, okay, in a way, nothing that we haven't seen before in mobster movies. Okay, them trying to show the black aspect of it, that was going on at the same time, was okay, but like I said, nothing that you haven't seen before in other movies and stuff. So, but it was a decent movie, enjoyable movie. I wasn't bored with it. It kind of let me down because I expected more of Tony Soprano in it. So I'm gonna give Saints of Newark, I'm gonna give it a 6.8 a 6.8. I give it a 6, and that's mostly because of the actors in it. I think Leslie Odom Jr. I think he did a good job. I think Alexander Navarro did a good job. Ray Liotta, I think, and I think Corey Stoller's Uncle Jr. I thought he was good too, and John Bertha, who played Johnny Soprano, Tony's father. Okay, he wasn't in the movie as much, but I think John Bertha was a good actor, and I thought young Michael Gandolfini did a good job for the limited time he was on screen. So definitely, if they make another movie, hopefully they will actually focus on, Tony Soprano himself. They will actually have that actor, young actor, actually, be in the movie the majority of the time. Okay, that was my only really negative nitpick about that movie, about this movie. So again, I give it a 6.8, mostly for the acting. The writing was not spectacular, but I think the acting from the cast was really good, and Vera Farmiga is as good as Olivia Soprano, so I think she was good as well. Anyway, let me know what you think about this movie. Feel free to leave comments down below, and again, give this video a thumbs up. Okay, I have links to my social media in the description box, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Also have a link to my other channel, called Views and Opinions. Please check that out as well. Also have a link down below to my Patreon channel, and I want to say a special thank you to my patron. His name will appear in this video somewhere. I want to say a special thank you to him for supporting me. And again, my patron's only $5 a month. Tons of content on there, tons of TV show reaction on there. Titans Season 1 on there. Season 3 on there. The Boys Season 2, The Mandalorian Season 2, Zack Snyder's Justice League, all 4 parts, WandaVision, Loki. I got Superman and Lois on there. Tons of TV show reactions. Follow the link below to check them all out. And let me know what you think. And again, please give this video a thumbs up. And this is Trey Pastor saying so long and take care.